See if this is working. Very used to this by now. To do this almost every freaking day. Hello, hello, hello. I believe that it is working. And I believe that we are here for our AEW 2025 Revolution pay-per-view predictions. It was very fitting. Because this time last year, when we did our 2024 AEW Revolution pay-per-view predictions, we were here on Fight Forever, and we played Stadium Stampede. And if I remember correctly, the main reason that I did that is because when I filmed my predictions, and I legitimately forgot a match. Spoiler alert, it was the world title match I forgot to leave a prediction for. So I was like, screw it, I'm going to redo it. And I was already on Fight Forever at the time, so I was like, I'll do it while playing it. So I feel it's a 1 year anniversary of that. And I will admit, it's not the best time to be playing Fight Forever because it's legitimately the week that WWE 2K25 comes out, which I did not know that. I thought it came out a little bit later, but the fact that it is coming out that quickly doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because we're talking about AEW. We're talking about Revolution 2025. We're going to have some Stadium Stampede going on. I love this game mode. This is a small tangent by me. I love this game mode. I love the detail and little Easter eggs that are applied to this game mode. I play this game mode a lot. A lot of other people didn't. And I try to play it as much because I know at some point this mode ain't going to be here. It ain't going to work. So that's why I put over this game mode a lot and play it sparingly. But y'all don't care about that. Y'all care about the Revolution pay-per-view predictions. If you want to hear me talk more about AEW Revolution, I did a retro review this week of AEW Revolution 2022. So I recommend y'all check that out because I put a lot of time and effort into that one. And that was a good event and a good video. So there's that. But here we are to talk about the 2025 edition of Revolution. As of right now, 10 matches are announced. As always, if anything is added or changed prior to the event taking place, I'll try my darndest to comment my thoughts on it down below. A lot of times they add matches legitimately the day of, hours before, or just during the pre-show, and I don't get to talk about them in advance. So there's that. But we have one buy-in pre-show match announced thus far, and it's a very star-studded affair. It is Johnny TV in the MXM collection taking on Big Boom AJ, Orange Cassidy, and Mark Briscoe. I feel that Big Boom AJ is going to have an undefeated streak in his tenure in AEW. So, spoiler alert, I expect that to continue. That's why I'm going with the new conglomeration. I don't really know if the conglomeration is still a thing or not. By technicality, it is with Mark and Orange. Kyle isn't around because he's in the Undisputed Kingdom. Tomohiro Ishii and Rocky Romero haven't appeared in a minute. So there's that. Now we have some other matches to discuss, obviously. First one, Continental title match. Kazuchika Okada versus Brody King. I'm glad that they're kind of... What's the best way to describe it? I was going to say tying a loose end because we saw Okada versus Buddy Matthews, one half of the Hounds of Hell. Now he's facing the other half, and I do think this will be a darn good match. And I'm going to go with Okada to pick up the victory and continue his reign as the Continental Champion. Another person I anticipate continuing their reign as champion that will be defended at Revolution. TBS title match, Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe, who won the International Women's 4-Way match at Wrestle Dynasty earlier this year. So this is her choosing her title shot, even though she has appeared several times on ROH and has wanted to face Athena. So I don't know if and when that will come about, but time will tell there. But Mercedes Moné sparingly loses. I don't anticipate that happening here. This is a very funny reference. Y'all get this? Y'all get this. This is very funny. So I'm going with Mercedes Moné to win. Now, number one contenders bout Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet. I think this is a big task at hand. I think it's time that Swerve gets a win back and gets his win back over Ricochet. So I am going to go Swerve to win. This has been a very good rivalry between these two. So I'll give them kudos there. I just don't know. I will admit, I'm very split on the world title match. So we'll get to that prediction when we get to it. And it's just like, you got to kind of think about what matchup you could see coming out of this number one contenders match. Which, freaking this guy's still on my damn finisher. Which, like I said, we'll save that match for last. As the next matchup, probably, I don't know. There's two matches I could see being the match of the night. This one is one of them. High stakes involved, as we have another steel cage match in AEW. This time around, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. I think this will be the end of their heated rivalry. I know I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Will Ospreay to win, and I've already marked it down that I'm picking Will Ospreay to win this. But high chance that this is the match of the night, just due to the high stakes and the intensity of their rivalry has already provided, and the history that their rivalry has provided. So we got a big chest right here. Just take everything. Next matchup. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. Very rarely have I ever did a pay-per-view prediction and MJF not win the match. So this time around, I'm going to do something that, I'd be lying about. But I'm picking Hangman Adam Page to win this. I'm literally using him right now. I'm very much hoping that he does win this and he gets a big victory. So I'm going with Hangman to win. Next matchup, the rest of these matchups, championship implications. First of which, tag team title match, the Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. I thought we were going the route of getting the Hurt Syndicate versus Archer and Brian Cage, which I imagine that's a match that will happen at some point, but for them to tease it and then, we're getting the Outrunners, who are fan favorites and are being cheered. Bit of an interesting tale. But the Hurt Syndicate, I feel there's more to be done with their title reign. I think that's going to start here. So I'm going with the Hurt Syndicate to retain. As the next matchup is for the Women's World Championship. Toni Storm defending against Mariah May in a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. And Toni Storm literally just won the title back, so I'm going to go. I don't know. They could do something very shocking and have Mariah May win it right back. If that was the case, I don't know if they would continue this or not. I will admit, they could do something very shocking, but I think I'm just going to go with Toni Storm retaining. As now, what I pick to be the match of the night, up next, international title match. Konosuke Takeshita defending against Kenny Omega. And this is the title change. I'm expecting a title change here. I'm going to go with Kenny Omega to win. And we get back to the Kenny Omega that we know and love, because he's been slowly but surely getting back to that since his comeback. So I think that this matchup is going to be the real Kickstarter for that. I'm going to go with Kenny to win. There's only two people left here. This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you, Sting. We have our world title match, which I've already talked about that I'm a bit back and forth with. I don't know what direction they're really going with this world title reign. I think, personally, that they've taken all the Death Rider members out, and they're going to try to make it look like it's an even stand between Moxley and Copeland, Adam Copeland. World title match, by the way, is Jon Moxley versus Adam Copeland. I didn't say that yet. And then either I could see a new Death Rider member being debuted, or a new Death Rider member being introduced, which I think that is not really expected. But I just think that Jay White's going to turn on Adam Copeland. That's going to be the reason they lose, and that Moxley continues this world title reign. I don't know. That's just me. So I think Moxley is going to retain. And it's back to going to that number one contenders match. Swerve and Moxley would be a good match and a good story, especially because Swerve wants to get his world title back. It's been so sidetracked before getting his world title back. He's had to put all that aside. But it's going to suck because that's also, again, I think I see that route happening. And what sucks about that is I see Moxley winning that matchup too. I don't know when the hell this Moxley world titles reign is going to end, you know? That's the thing here. And I know a lot of people have theorized and put together, which, you know, it kind of does need to be discussed, that Christian Cage has his title shot anytime, anywhere, any place. I don't want to call it a briefcase, but his title shot, and they've tried to tie it to this because Adam Copeland's involved and whatnot, but I don't really see that being the case here, you know, because we saw so much of their history already. Like a good majority of Adam Copeland's AEW run has been tied to Christian, that I don't think that they're willing to go back down that route again, you know. But at some point, it has to be used. It's very much, I can't even say we're at the 1 year mark, but it kind of gets forgotten about, especially because it's not a Money in the Bank briefcase where we're accustomed to it and seen it every year. This is the first instant of it. It's also not in this big briefcase that's colorful and whatnot. It's in a very damaged binder. I don't even know what the hell you call it. Contract. Let's put it that way. So I think Moxley's going to win. And then I hope that we get some type of change. It's also weird because it's been a minute since I've talked about modern AEW on the channel, because this is the first pay-per-view in 2 months, first pay-per-view of the year for them, where after this, it's like monthly we're getting pay-per-views, because we got Dynasty in April, Double or Nothing in May. I believe Forbidden Door is in June. If not, it's early July. And at the end of July is going to be All In. All Out, more than likely be August, September. Then you got Wrestle Dream, Full Gear, and World's End. So, like, these 2 months, we don't have pay-per-views. But after that, you do. So, we'll be back to talk about those when the hell those happen. So, we're going to play one more game and just kind of recap what we've already discussed in anticipation for, because I kind of went through this pretty fast. So, I've at least gave my predictions already. So, if y'all want to head out, I'm not that offended. I don't know. I didn't even circle Mercedes Moné winning, but that's what I expect. Where's Eddie Kingston? I hope Eddie Kingston comes back soon. He's been out almost a year now. And it's like, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I remember filming last year's Revolution predictions video. This year has flown by and went by pretty fast. Like I said, Eddie Kingston, almost been out a year. Mercedes Moné, Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay, been in the company a year now. Adam Copeland has been out because he got hurt at Double or Nothing, and they come back to the end of the year. Oh my goodness, this is another, if you know, you freaking know. We're 2 for 2 on the hidden references. Who's going to win this fight? I've talked a lot this week already on the channel because I gave my thoughts on the Elimination Chamber. I did a Revolution 2022 review, like I've already mentioned. It was a long show and a long video, but I enjoyed it. I don't know what next week's retro review will be just yet, but I did say more than likely it will be a TNA pay-per-view before we go into our month of WrestleMania reviews. Monday night, Raw looks extremely good at MSG. Punk and Rollins in a steel cage. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. I've wanted that team for so long, and I feel that anytime they team up, it kind of gets forgotten. But this time around, they got a big match against the New Day. We had a women's world title change happen last week. I will also say, this is one thing that sucks about AEW. I'm not going to say sucks about AEW, but I wish that AEW improved on. Is that Collision, I'll go ahead and say it. I read the spoilers for it, so I'm not going to talk about them because A, I don't remember them exactly, which is kind of helping my point. But I miss back of the day, and back of the day as in a couple years ago, when they used to do Rampage, like before pay-per-views live. And I understand why they don't do as many live shows now because it saves money, even though it's a way better atmosphere live and you don't know what the hell's happening and you're not going to get spoiled. Which, to be fair, granted, I went out of my way to read these spoilers because I saw them where I could have avoided them if I wanted to. I ain't going to be able to get that damn chest. But I kind of wish that they made an effort with this week's Collision, which, maybe they do. That being said, it's going to be second fiddle because we got a UFC pay-per-view this weekend. But it's just like, I kind of wish they made a better effort with the go-home episodes of pay-per-views, which with their Dynamite kind of was that. Nothing like too dramatic happened tonight on Dynamite, So there is the Mike Bailey. When the hell is Mike Bailey coming out? I'm trying to think of like other AEW topics to talk about. Mike Bailey got his little promo. I almost said his little package. His promo package this week. Or a couple weeks. I don't even know how long ago that was. Oh, we got the golf cart right here. And it was is Dynasty before WrestleMania? I think it's the week after. I would have to check that out. I think it's April 27th. And I definitely know WrestleMania is April 20th. I will also admit, because I talked about it off the top, that WWE 2K25 was out this week. I do not plan on buying it right away. At some point, I will get it. I don't plan on buying it right away. It does suck, that I'm over here on Fight Forever and not going to be on the thing that everybody else is playing and having fun with. Is very much that Squidward meme where he's looking down at SpongeBob and Patrick having all the fun, which is the second time I've made that reference about the same topic this week. But maybe something's like, you know what, F it, I'm going to buy Dude 2K25. I will admit a big factor in me wanting to get it right away is the Motor City Machine Guns and New Jack. Mainly Machine Guns being in the game. Because the main thing that I loved and cherished about the TNA Impact game is like that was the only game that so many like Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, the Machine Guns were in. Where now, two of those guys are off that list. Abyss is going to be in this game. Which holy crap, that scared the piss out of me. While we're mentioning it, it needs to be pre-2007 Abyss. Let's put it that way, with the right entrance song, preferably, but mainly pre-2007 Abyss. I don't know what version they're going to go with. Also intrigued by any other TNA references they make, which I don't even know if they need to make a TNA reference for that. We will see. So I'm going to finish this off. I should finish this off. And boom. Trying to taunt. And another one is down. So that is it for my 2025 AEW Revolution pay-per-view predictions. If anything changes or is added prior to the event, like I said, I'll try my best to comment it down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy your weekend. There's a lot going on as always. So stay safe, have fun, all that stuff. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Like, comment, subscribe as well. And I'm out for now. Bye-bye.